Yo, what up? It's your boy Ron back again with another one. And I'm gonna be going through my 2025 sketchbook. It's an anatomy and gesture compendium. But really it was just mostly gesture. Like I was just pumping out so much gesture, it was ridiculous. The anatomy study part, I have a lot of notes in my iPad. So I'm just gonna get another schedule. Anyways, let's just go through it. How I started and how I ended, and yeah. I don't even know if I got this at the beginning of the year. These aren't all the drawings that I did this year, obviously. This is just more so, again, just a lot of gesture sketches. I'm not gonna show y'all everything, but this is the beginning. You know, you can see it's not that fluid. I'm focused too much on, I should remember this pose, that'll come up later. I'm focused too much on the individual pieces itself, as opposed to the whole. That's like a little better. That's like a little better. And you can see as you start to warm up, right? The forms flow out of your arm or hand easier, much easier. You know, I throw a sketch in there or like a drawing in there every now and then. So, it's got a little good flow to it. Let's skip ahead a little bit. Some sessions I was doing like, I don't even know how many in a day. It's designed for a shirt. I put on my Ed Hardy shirt. I'm gonna have to revisit that. That's kind of hot. You can see already they're getting looser. Wow, I can't believe this was like, I don't even know if this was the beginning of the year. I think it was like, it might have been. Low-key should date my stuff. I know this is 25, but make something real, okay? Your light self and your shadow self. You need them both. Don't cast your shadow out. You need them both. And then trying to make stuff from your imagination. That's Homer. I think that ain't Hank. Hank got glasses. You can see now, I'm really loosening up. There goes the gesture right there. The C, your S, and your I curves. All of your gesture is made up of these. Your C, your S, and your I. Your C, your S, and your I. Your C, your S, and your I. You see that? And this one was made out of imagination. So that's how you get good, and this is how you start to make stuff out of your imagination, because you have done it so many times that, you know, you see that it's not really about, oh, my pectoralis major, or major, whatever, my deltoid or my bicep. It's not about that. It's about my C, my I, my S, my S, my I, right? Like these simple lines, these gestures, the C is indicating the motion and energy of this pose that you're in. You go gesture, then you add the structure, and then you add your gesture again, your expression. Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to see. Very exaggerated, very exaggerated. Because that's how you get the energy of a pose. See what I'm saying? I think I started with just those lines, the boom, boom, and then went back and said, okay, tricep, shoulder, deltoid, that type of deal. And switch up your materials. Switch up your materials. These are colored pencil. These are in pen. This is, again, this is from imagination, but you see it. if I simplified this, it's like an S kind of shape. This is an I kind of shape, right? This is your C right here. Came up with it. This is a shirt design too. Put that on a shirt. Put that boy up on a shirt. Switch your materials. Like I like this right here. You get like the silhouette type of effect, or you know, sometimes you're only gonna finish a certain portion of it, but the different materials will show you the things that are important and what you find important. You know, what are you trying to communicate? This ain't about being, I mean, it is about being the best, but being the best for you, you know. Shit. If you see black, I added that afterwards, right? Still trying to keep that same principle of, you know, line economy, the least amount, the C as your I, still holding in, what can I make this figure? What can I make it do? I think this is like 2 months in or something. You can see, or maybe it's just a month, I don't know. The forms are becoming more, they're more put together, as opposed to the beginning where you can see I'm just piecing them together like a puzzle. It's supposed to be one great big figure. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't take that long to start getting the flow of this, but this is one of my favorite pages right here. The composition on this, I love it. It's like, and the figures on this are going crazy. You know what I'm saying? I really like her, the shapes that she emphasized. And then when you find those curves, you can make them hard edge. You can do what you want. That's the other. So you got the gesture, and you put your structure, and then you have your other gesture. What do you want to put on top of this? What do you find interesting? You know, I love princesses. I love regality. I love all of that kind of stuff. That's a bad one. But this is a good one. You see that? You see that? It's like just one big, great C. That swoosh right there. All right, we'll skip ahead again a little bit. Let's see. Oh, talk about different materials. One day I just decided to pick up some markers, right? One of them was dying, so that gave a little cool effect, right? Looks like a little hazy. You can see C, S, you know what I'm saying? This dude is going like that, bang. This one going like that. You're not really focused on trying to make it look like something. It's gonna end up looking like a person. You're not trying to make it look like a person. That's gonna happen. You're focused on the energy and the motion that the pose is giving. That's what is gonna make it look like something. You know, what's your big shapes? You know what I'm saying? So going like that. The movement, bang. And the website I use is called Quick Poses. I'll link it in the description. They give you a lot of the same poses, which some people might not like, but honestly, it's a good metric. Because this pose, I've done a couple times. Bookmark this page. And I'll show you how this pose looked like a month or two from now. More, you know. And I would practice every day, basically. You know, well, there it goes in. Essentially every single day. This is where I was talking about your gesture, your structure, and your gesture, right? So some of these poses you can see I left completely empty. Or just as a little gestural sketch. This one, I went back and really emphasized the shapes, right? That's more, it's like structure, but it's more gestural. But this right here, where I'm going inside of the form and I'm carving out the shadow shapes, which in turn gives me the muscles, right? It's very simple, very basic. I have my gesture, I have my values, which give me structure, and then I gesture again. I want to be Silver Surfer. He wasn't originally on a surfboard, but I put him on a surfboard. He's a Silver Surfer now, right? Same here. This is what I'm talking about, right here. This pose I've done so many other times, but for this practice where I go in and carve in the shapes and the shadows, you can see it's the same thing, but since I've done it so many times, it came out so much better, you know what I'm saying? This was like, yeah, I forget how many months in. I think it was at like 4. Because I was supposed to do a 6-month training regimen, but I only ended up doing like 4 or something. But honestly, the progress that you make within that time is really up to you. How many you're doing and how precise your practice is. What's your goal, you know? I think this is one of the most successful ones. This whole little study in this red pencil is one of the most successful ones in this book, because I went back and, you know, actually drew on them. I would suggest that after you do your figure studies, you do, you know, the real drawing on them, the shading, the muscles. Go back and find what bones are under there, you know. That's the anatomy part. But yeah, now we're just looking at drawings. There's more gesture in here. Let's see, this thing is falling apart. I was using this thing religiously. Another silly drawing. These are some actual drawings. I guess, you know who that is, from Mr. Tim Burton himself. John, Mr. Sasuke Uchiha. Yeah, they know how to draw Gaara and Rock Lee. It's a friend or internet acquaintance, same difference. We're nearing the end. Oh, this is a weird page. I just felt like I had to get something out of me. Now we're getting more into the drawing section because I stopped doing my daily practice. I picked it up every now and again though. These are, you know, going back to see gesture, structure. I really like this one. If you want to make something look so 3D, make the outside edge of the shadow darker than the middle. I'll show you what they call that. Don't look at that boo-boo. That booty. It's the core shadow, that's what they call it. Whoa, oh, YouTube. Whoa now. Hey. Yep. More gesture drawings. Cyber sigil work and figure work, Art Nouveau stuff. Mr. Hellboy himself. Some more figure drawing. And now we're gonna get into the Inktober stuff. Maybe I should make that a separate video. It's alright. Just do the same thing. More color work, color ideas. Mr. Huey Freeman, I am a free man. This is the anatomy study stuff. What the skull looks like, the vertebrae. I wasn't drawing them individually, like I'm not gonna do that. I don't even, do you really need to know that there are 7, 12, and 6 different individual spinal bone discs? Do you really need to know that? Not really. The form of it, maybe if you wanted to turn it into like a mecha or something. Right. With some Inktober stuff. I had referenced these, but I'm pretty sure like for the rest of it, I was just trying to draw from imagination every day for Inktober. Put my skills to the test. See, I love princesses. I love, black ladies. I love locks. I love all of that stuff, I love alternative things, cybersigil. I just love that stuff, so, yeah. Soul Eater. It's like Maka when she's a officer or something like that. The Nephilim, the clowns. I had to draw the cipher again. Perspective from imagination. Just practicing overlapping shapes, depth, and all that stuff. And I only drew with the pen. I didn't like plan it out or nothing like that. Only with the pen. And more cyber sigilism, Art Nouveau stuff. Angel's Graffiti. This is one of my favorite pages ever. I love this spread. Some days it was just a sketch. Some days it was, a little more elaborate. They go me, where I want to be, where I think I am. Panty stocking. I wish I would have drew her better. I don't like how wide her face is. But stocking goes crazy. I definitely looked at a reference for these two. Because I didn't know what the clothes looked like. I looked at the anime. I didn't look at like actual people. Putting my perspective to the test. Again, in an actual setting, right? He's controlling them, I guess. Cows are running. Also composition. I think that's cool. There was supposed to be something back here. That would have been great, but well. Failed drawing. This is a weird drawing. I did it. I like this one. She looks cool. Some type of angel I never finished. Art Nouveau, filigree type of deal. Yeah, some manga stuff. Oh. Yeah, some manga idea stuff. This is like one of my favorite. Oh God, don't look at that. This is one of my favorite pages in the sketchbook. I just love all of the shapes in there. How big I drew. Yeah, this is like an old school return to form. I mean, I guess you can see this. Who cares? Again, drawn from imagination. That boy's mesmerized. Okay. Another composition kind of deal where I wanted dark, light, dark. That's what they call your chiaroscuro, okay? A wolf and a beast. Get it? She's a beast. Anyways, let's see. I think that's pretty much it. Right here, we're dealing with positive versus negative shapes. All of these things could be different videos, but, really, if you get anything out of this, just know that, That's it for this sketchbook. A couple pages in here I really like. Oh yeah, when I bookmark this, I really love that drawing down there. So fire. Just practice, practice, practice. You know? Practice, practice, practice. You learn. Practice the right way, and you're gonna be great. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Kind of dry, but you know, that's life sometimes. All right, love you guys. Bye.